Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. I took a different approach than you, Ocho. I looked at like, okay, I'm here at college. I might as well get a degree. I'm going to be here 4 years. Nobody was going early. I think my year was the first year that guys started like really leaving early. Emmett, Lamar Lathan. We had several guys that left early. I mean, and they were, high draft picks. But for the most part, you stayed 4 years. And I didn't want to be one of those guys that I was further away from graduation when I left after 4 years than when I was when I got there 4 years earlier.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, I'm going to get this degree because people didn't think I could do it. A lot of people didn't think I could do it. I know I could do it. I just needed to apply myself. Right. I bull jive around. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the class clown. I wanted to be funny. Right. And plus, I was a superior athlete to everyone else. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, somebody going to give me an opportunity. It might not be where I want to go, but somebody going to give me a chance.
Right.
Because the football skill, the basketball skill, the track skill is too great for somebody to say, nah, he can't do nothing for our university.
Right.
So it was Savannah State, Coach Davis, Bill Davis, rest his soul. He like, son, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was drafted and I had the number one pick of all the kids that's coming out of college, I'd take you number one. Man.
I like that.
Gone. I was gone. He could come in the house though. We had that conversation in the driveway.
Right.
Because when I told him I was going to sign with him, obviously, it was like 3 weeks, Ocho, before we had to go to camp.
Right.
So I was just sitting around like, okay, I'm like, man, I'm finna go to the Air Force. My brother called me. He came down, talked to me, said, Savannah State still have that scholarship for you? I said, yeah. Coach Davis said, anytime I need, if I wanted a scholarship, he would take me. He said, well, call Coach Davis and tell him you coming. Go for a year. And if you don't like it, say I went for a year for, college. It wasn't for me.
Right.
I called Coach Davis. It had to be like 9:30 that night. I said, Coach, I want to come to Savannah State. He said, all right, home, god dang, I'm going to put my clothes on. I'm coming down. I said, nah, Coach, I'm good. He said, hell nah, son. Somebody else going to come down there and sign you under me. I said, Coach, I give you my word. I'm going to sign with Savannah State.
Yes, sir.
Man, Coach was at my house by 8 o'clock in the morning. I had went out the night before, Ocho, and I had some money in my pocket. I was like, damn, I done lost my money. How much you had? It was like $48, $50.
Oh, okay.
But that was a lot of money back in 1986.
Oh yeah.
Especially in my circumstances.
Right.
So Coach Davis came. He said, son, I appreciate this. I'm gonna take care of you. My grandma never came out the house. She just ate. And that's kind of how she handled it, Ocho. Stuff like that. I remember when my homeboy, Ricky Thomas, he went to the same school. He was my quarterback in high school. He went to the same school that he went to Savannah State. And I remember he blew the horn that August. We're heading down there. My grandmother was in the bed. My grandma ain't never got out of the bed. She ain't, because she felt she had done all she could in 18 years.
Yeah.
Giving me another 5-10 minute speech before I walked out the door. She said it wasn't gonna do no good now.
Good. That's a good one. I like that.
I walked out the house. I left as a boy. Remember looking back at that house?
Yeah.
I knew what I was leaving behind. And I knew what the mission was, Ocho.
Yeah.
When I got in that car,
yeah,
it's just like, okay, go get it done now. Go get it done.
So you was locked in. It took me to understand what the mission was after I hit my goddamn head and fell multiple times at Langston. First year at Santa Monica, got myself together the following year where I was ineligible. I had to get my grades right. Then it hit me like, hey man, boy, that window of opportunity is about this big. Either you get it done now or the chances in your childhood dreams are down the drain. And I had locked in and I did it my grandma way for the first time. And the first time I actually
listened to what she had to say. Look what the hell happened. Ocho, I tell my kids all the time, I say, sometimes you have to bump your own head to realize how much it hurts.
Yeah.
See, me telling you I did something similar and bumped my head, you didn't feel it. So sometimes, my grandma said, boy, sometimes you got to bump your own head because we can do all we can to protect them. Give them, they have access to things we never had access to.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're gonna have to fall down and skin their own knees. You got stuff on your shins, your knees from falling down as a child, things that we try to protect our own kids from. So think about it, Ocho, what you try to do. You try to protect your kids from all of that. Blow it. It's going to be okay. Don't cry.
Yeah.
Man, my grandma ain't never said not one time, okay, it's going to be okay, but my grandma ain't blow nothing.
Right.
Put some alcohol on it. Now I'm screaming. You don't see nothing but white meat, and she poured alcohol on it.
Ooh.
I'm like, what is? So, and that was the thing. And so for me, Ocho, I didn't want to let her down.
Right.
Because she had done everything that she possibly could to raise her 9 and my mom's 3. Yeah. And so I knew when she didn't get up out of that bed and say, son, now remember, don't drink. Son, don't go out late. Right. Son, iron your clothes in the morning. Son, be respectful. I knew when she didn't give me that speech because she had been giving me that speech for 18 years.
Yeah.
She said, man, 10 more minutes ain't going to do nothing for him. Either he got it or he don't.
He don't. Yeah. I like that. I
walked out the house. I was different. I was never the same. I was never the same, Ocho, when I left that house. I was a different person. Yeah. And I remember my brother's like, he could see it. My sister would tell you, I was a different person. I wasn't the same. I was never that same person that left Route 4 Box 385 on that August day in 1986.
Yeah.
Even when I came back a month or two later when we had a bye week, I wasn't the same.
Different.
There was a focus, Ocho. There was a focus. And I couldn't believe, because now I go from showering morning, night, practice. I would shower before I go to practice. I would shower after practice. I would shower because we practicing twice a day. So I'm going 3 showers a day, going to the bathroom inside. I come home, guess what? Got to wash in a tub. Got to go back to the woods to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah.
I say, man. And now I'm thinking to myself, how many of my teammates have ever had to go to the bathroom in the woods?
Yeah.
Ocho, I'm 18. Yeah. Ocho, I'm 19. Ocho, I'm 20 years old. Going to the bathroom in the woods.
Yeah.
I'm still taking a shower in a foot tub, warming the water up. When I would work, we put water in a number 2 wash tub. I don't know if anybody from the country, you can Google it, look up a number 2 wash tub. I would put water in the wash tub when I was working. So I come home at noon, we got an hour to eat. I would put water in the wash tub and leave it in the sun. So the sun would heat it up. So that's my warm water when I come home, when I get off work to take a bath in. So I'm taking a bath in a wash tub.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey, I'm drawing water. So we drawing water out of a well. We got a well, Ocho. I'm talking about this 1986, 1987, 1988, 1988. My brother went pro in 88. So I'm drawing water. We drinking water from a well. I'm drawing my water to put in the sun out of a spigot to take a bath in. Now, many times, my brother would take a bath first. We use that same water.
Yeah, I know about them days.
I would take a bath first, use that same water.
Right.
So I remember going home after being at Savannah State and showering 3 times a day. Going to the bathroom anytime I want to and not have to worry about grabbing bug spray to spray around me because the mosquitoes tearing me up.
Yeah.
Or it's cold at night and I got a big old jacket on and I'm out there in the woods going to the bathroom. I say this ain't for me.
Listen, you know what's funny? You got people at times that come from different circumstances, but I think your focus was a little bit different because of you coming from humble beginnings. Obviously, your grandma and what she instilled in you, throughout your tenure as an adolescent. And then when you get to somewhere like Savannah State, you have an appreciation for the atmosphere and the amenities that you never really had before. So your focus was just different because of the access that you had once you got to college. And you weren't going back to that. No. You weren't going back. So it made it even that much easier for you to focus as opposed to somebody that comes from a silver spoon in their mouth.
Oh, for sure.
And they wouldn't they wouldn't really appreciate being away from home in college because it's something that you've always got throughout your whole life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I remember Ocho and I think I had one friend, Stacy, my homeboy, his birthday, mine is the 26th of June, his is the 27th. He was the only person that's ever been inside my house that was a friend. because we didn't have no indoor plumbing. We didn't have no running water. So if somebody had to go use the bathroom, you'd have to tell them a lie. Well, the toilet's broke. You're going to have to go outside. So, man, so for me, Ocho, that was, I couldn't see myself, my sister's age, my grandmother's age, having to go to the woods to continue to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
My grandma in her 40s, in her 50s. Hello, Granny. And so that was 86. Granny was born in 23. So,
Yeah.
Nah. That wasn't gonna work for me. That wasn't gonna work for me, Ocho. And eating what we ate, I remember, and people say, you lying. Ask my brother. I remember we had I grew up on a farm. So my grandfather would go to the grocery stores. And the rotten fruit, it got a rotten spot on it. They throwing that, all the bananas that's partially rotten, they throw that in the thing. So my grandfather
throw it away?
They throwing it away, yes.
Oh no,
yes.
Let me get them. Let me get them.
Let me get it.
Man, let me get them.
Man, you don't know, Ocho. So we had hogs. So my grandfather was getting the cabbage and the stuff, all the produce for the hogs.
Right.
I jump in the knee-deep mud. See, when people say knee-deep, you know how your boy be in that thing. I'll be in that knee-deep.
Yeah.
I was in that knee-deep. That's where the term came from.
Yes, sir.
I be in that knee-deep mud. I say, hogs, you're not finna get this apple. You're not finna get these grapes. Man, hey, I go over there and get apples, get grapes, get bananas, cut the brown spot off and eat it. Wash it off.
Yeah.
So that was my thought process. I said, Lord, if I'm fortunate enough and I have kids, my kids couldn't live like this. I said, my kids ain't built like I'm built.
Right.
They can't live. They couldn't stay in 1 hour, let alone a day or a month or a year in my life.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the whole point. When you do have kids, you always want to make life easier for them so they don't have to go through the things you went through. Because I don't think the kids in our era would be able to survive in the past. And based on what we had to go through, it's different. It's different. So many different rules are inclined to appease them, as opposed to one small rule, being able to discipline your child. You can't even do that anymore.
Nah,
you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
Ocho.
Man, listen. It was a day. It was a time. I know you. I'm not sure how it was where you from, but I know where I'm from. Now, if your parents, if your mama, if your parents ain't home, if my grandma, my granddaddy wasn't there, and I messed up and I did something I had no business, all the neighbors had the right to beat my ass.
Yeah.
And then when they get home and the neighbors tell my grandma, my granddaddy what I did, I get my ass beat again.
For sure. Yes. You had community ass whippings.
Oh, yeah. Because it took a village. That was my grandma's favorite line. It takes a village. And we're going to make sure if you mess up, I want y'all to make sure y'all beat his ass. And when he get to me, I'm going to beat him again.
Yeah. That's exactly how it was, Ocho.
Boy.
There was a respect level for all the people, all the adults in the community.
Yeah.
All that sassing and talking back. You don't tell me what to do.
Talk back to
I
who?
don't remember. You're not my mama. You don't tell me what to do. Man, they tell you up and say, hey, Mary, I had to cut that boy's tail. He was up there sassing and he was doing this.
Listen, do you see some of them clips with them kids talking back?
Yeah.
You already know what I'm talking about. Talking back to their mama. Talking about I don't feel like it. I don't want to get off the game. Man, shit. Man, I wouldn't.
You can be in there watching TV, Ocho. My grandma say, hey, y'all get outside and play. We're watching TV.
Shh.
Hey, it wasn't no, it's hot out there. I remember, Ocho, we used to try to play basketball. And we were playing basketball in the summer. Woo, boy, it's too hot. Y'all gonna have a stroke. Come out there. Soon as the man come back for the truck to go in them fields, all right, boy, he here. If it's too hot to play basketball, but it's not too hot to work in the field. I said, what? I'm looking at Spanky looking at me. That's my brother. We looking at our cousin. Now, you just told us it's too hot to play basketball, but it ain't too hot to go in that 100-degree.
Hey, time was different, man.
We hit the back of that pickup truck, dragging our feet. I don't know you to have, but we dragging our feet on the road. All right, boys, y'all be careful. But Ocho, those were the times. Those hard times make tough men.
Yeah.
Tough men make weak kids.
Mm.
Now, people in the chat, you'll understand what I'm talking about.